Hey you guys, welcome to the stream. It is I, the Psy, and I'm here last minute with a checklist for conflicts and mage wagons and a primer of everything you're going to want to do to be ready for when they drop tomorrow, which is January 23rd. I've got my little helper here with me for today. This is Hawk, and one of my other kids is upstairs. Managed to bribe him with a little bit of Peppa Pig and Bear Paws. So let's hope that I can get through this here with you guys. So there's a few things that I'm personally going to be doing to make sure that I'm ready for conflicts tomorrow. I want everything to run nice and smooth. I want to be prepared. The first thing that I want to know is what I'm actually doing. And lucky me, I know a guy who made a video on that. If we were to take a look over here, I'll post this video, I guess, in the links and descriptions. But it's a whole video on Rebellion conflicts, how to buy battle wagons and stake packs and cards. And I will go ahead, I'll link that in the video. I'd show you guys how to do it right now, but hey, we're last minute, right? That's why it's the last minute checklist. Mav's server is totally disabled right now while they get things ready. So I'll go and I'll post a link to this video on how to buy battle wagons and stake cards and packs. And hopefully that will help you and you'll actually know what you're doing when the time arrives. That's the number one thing that you need to do, is know what you're doing and how to actually load those battle wagons, right? Okay. Second thing that you want to do is make sure that you have vouchers. So as you know, you can buy your battle wagons with credits, DEC, or vouchers. Vouchers is probably the easiest and well, it's maybe not the easiest, but it's definitely going to be the cheapest and most affordable way for you to be able to buy your battle wagons. And if I remember correctly, it's 20 vouchers each. So you can go ahead here, you can click on your SPS, it'll show you how many vouchers you have under the vouchers tab. You can see how many you have in-game versus on the SPS chain and in Hive Engine. So you're going to need to go and you're going to need to transfer those into your main account. So it's going to have to be in-game for you to do this. So if they're not in-game yet, make sure that you're choosing from wherever you want them to be. It always has to go from Hive to SPS chain. For instance, if you're taking off SPS chain, let's do a quick transfer of 100. And then once they're on the SPS chain, that's when you're going to be able to go and put them into your main account. So let's hit cancel on this. Let's wait a second while it shows up. It's taken a while. There we go. So I've received the 100 vouchers from Hive, and then you're going to transfer next from SPS chain to put it into game, and I'll put 150 of those guys in here right now, just in the case of our example. There we go. So now I've got the vouchers that I need transferred from Hive Engine or the SPS chain actually into game. Now, if you need more, you can always go over here to Hive Engine and you can go and you can purchase more vouchers. You can go and you can trade in your Hive. Let's go and let's do that right now. I'll go to the voucher section for those of you who don't know how to do it. So here we'll see our vouchers. I'm just going to go, I'm going to find buy orders. I'll click on the bid and I'm just going to buy one voucher because I still have enough left to do that. You click buy voucher with the amount that you have. You might need to convert your DEC to Hive first. You might need to convert other things to Hive first because you buy with Hive. And then once you've got that voucher purchased, there we go. Ooh, you'll see that they've gone up 11.27%. Everyone's doing it right now. Then it will show up as part of your balance in your vouchers to show that you've done the purchase. So that's the first thing, is make sure you actually have your vouchers ready, okay? Otherwise, if they're not in game, you're not going to be able to buy the battle wagons. Next thing you're going to do is make sure that you have the CP that you actually want. Oh, this guy's getting a little feisty. Say bye. Bye, everybody. All right, let's pop him down there. Wants to go and wander around. There we go. All right, next thing you want to do is make sure you have the CP that you're going to want. Gathering the Magic made a really good video on this. I'll go and I'll link that in the description as well. It shows you how to get guaranteed Rebellion airdrops, and basically you need 28,000 CP for every one of the airdrops you want to get. And the way that that's calculated is, we'll just use that 28,000, right? 28,000, there's the CP, times 24 hours in a day, times 30 days in the conflict, equals, and then you're going to divide that by 100,000, equals, and every 200 chances is what's going to go ahead and enable you to get one guaranteed airdrop during this conflict. Now, that's not saying that's going to be that way forever. They might increase it. The next one will be 250. The next one will be 300, just like they used to do. But for now, we know that it's 200 to get rage. So in order to make sure that you have that, you might want to head over to Peak Monsters, click on My Cards, and then click on this Rebellion tab over here. Now, I used to just go and click on Rebellion down here. Like just the Rebellion symbol is what I used to click on. But that doesn't include the promos in it. So you're not going to capture Mantaroth or Grimbarden Smith or anything. So make sure you click on the big Rebellion button and don't have the little Rebellion symbol clicked off. That's going to show you what your CP is. So I've got 146,000 CP. So just to go back to our calculator, we're going to do 146,000, I'm going to multiply that by 24. I'm going to multiply that by 30. Then I'm going to divide that by 100,000 equals, there we go, I'll divide by 200 equals, so I'm looking at getting around 5 guaranteed airdrops. Now, if you're close and you've got something like, say your number is 4.9, you're obviously going to want to make up that last little bit of CP. Say you're at 190 or something like that, or you're at 4.9 airdrops, you've got 26,000 CP. You're going to need a way to go ahead and get that last little bit of CP. And maybe you don't even care what the cards are. You just want to make sure that you hit that CP level. So you can do this. You can go to Peak Monster. You can click on Buy Cards. You can click on Compare over on the right here. And then you can choose by Compare by Best CP to Cost Ratio. And again, click on Rebellion. So if all you want to do is you just want to get the most CP at the cheapest cost, this is going to tell you the order in which those cards present themselves. So right now, the cheapest card for CP is going to be this gold foil Muspella Demon, which every one of your dollars is going to get you almost 100 CP based on one card costing 514, or maybe that's multiple cards like 2 BCX of it. I'm not sure the exact information on how many it is, but you can see here, it probably is just one card for 514. But you can see that that's the best cost to CP ratio, followed by Goblin Lackey, Flame Method, and Gold Foil Pirate of 8. So a lot of these gold foils are really good from a cost to CP ratio. The next one down that's not actually gold foil is actually just the non-foil Muspella Demon. Okay, so if you're not a gold foil collector, maybe you just want to stock up on some demons, but don't forget these values will change, and they already changed since last time I looked, based on who's buying what and what's available on the market. So that will help you reach your CP. Let's see here. One kind of important thing that I noticed here though as well that you might want to bear in mind is we know that one pack equals 100 CP, and it's going to cost you $4, so 400 cents. That's important, okay? So packs aren't actually the most efficient way for you to gain conflict points if that's what you're actually looking for, because that kind of breaks down to $1. $1 is only 25 CP, right? If you were to look at commons right now, this is just something important to when you're doing your little calculations, okay? At least that's the way that I've kind of been looking at it. So if you want to look at commons, we can say that, let's just say a common's worth around 10 cents, okay? You're not going to go and buy the most expensive common when you're loading up on CP, but say you're like, oh, I really kind of want to get my Mystic higher or my Chaos Orc higher. You can look at it like this. If you kind of look at the value of a common being 10 cents, that means that 10 of those commons would cost $1 and would get you 50 CP, and 20 of those commons at 10 cents would get you your full 100 CP, and that would cost you $2. So based on that $2 getting you the same amount of CP as a pack, that means that buying commons is basically worth twice the amount of CP at 10 cents per common at least as buying packs. So you get a lot more CP value than just holding packs at 100 CP per pack at $4 per pack. The same thing applies to rares. If we were to look at rares and we were to call a rare, say 40 cents around the middle of the pack here, then that also breaks down to $2 is 100 CP, right? And if we were to look at the epics and we were to call an epic $2, then that's exactly the same, because each epic is worth 100 power, right? So that would also be 100 CP for the $2. So everything breaks down to ending up half the price almost. Once you get to legendaries, they're all over the place, right? But theoretically, a $10 legendary would break down to that same price, right? A $10 legendary provides 500 CP, which you break that down, and now you've got $2 equals 100 CP. So buying cards is almost half the price at around those values I just said of buying packs. So if your only goal is to play the game, maybe buying packs isn't the right thing for you to do, and it's to buy $10 legendaries or something like that, and then that would go and like max out your Baradalons and your Nalagenics and your Rush Townsends, and then that would actually end up getting you twice as much CP based on the cost of just going ahead and buying packs. So that's something kind of important that you might want to bear in mind, because I, as a player, all of my cards and all of my CP is being derived from basically owning the cards themselves in non-gold foil. So I own almost no gold foil except for 2 gold foil legendaries that I refuse to part with because they're worth so much CP. But all of my CP for Rebellion is coming from like my actual playing sets of cards. So it is entirely possible to go ahead and get, in my case, 5 airdrops just based on having playable cards for like high gold or diamond level, which is what I primarily play at, like diamond. So that's something to bear in mind. If you want the best bang for your bucks, it might not be buying packs. It might just be to buy the individual cards that get you the most CP, since it's almost double the CP that you can get for that same cost prices of $4 equals 100 CP on a pack. That's something to bear in mind. Okay? Next thing that you're going to want to do on your checklist is make sure that your cards are combined. So I have every intention of taking my Lord Thanalar and eventually making him a 4-star. So I don't mind taking this guy and combining him, right? Because I mean, it's not going to be a loss to me. Some of the cards that I have, sure, I might not want to combine them right now because I don't want to end up just like taking a 6-star rare. Let's go and find a rare here for you so I can show a proper comparison. Taking like a 6-star rare, like this Blackmoor Nymph, who I'm totally fine with being a 6-star and getting the 2 attack and, you know, only having 6 hit points, but absolutely playable. I'm not going to take this 6-star and combine it into a 61 BCX, for example, unless my intention is to bring it eventually up to 7-star, maybe 8-star. So it's important to have the cards where you want them to be before you actually like do your combining, but at the same time, you also want to have them combined. For instance, I'll probably never play this Spellspore Beast, but I don't want to go and take the 25 copies and end up putting that into 5 full Mage Wagons, because each Mage wagon can only hold 5 cards, so it's not efficient. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to combine this to the perfect amount. You might almost say that I've left these guys here as the example to show you this, so that it's only going to take up 1 slot on my Mage Wagon, and it's going to be a perfectly combined card. Any other cards that I get, I can sell, and I don't have to worry about that impacting the CP within the Mage Wagons. So other examples of that I can do, that I'll show you, is Chaos Jailer. I do want to get the Chaos Jailer all the way up to 115, but for the time being, I'm not going to combine this yet. I'm going to leave it how it is. But then in my calculations, I have to bear in mind that if I don't combine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these guys, that's 100 less CP that I'm going to be staking, right? So make sure that that's included in your calculations. Another example of that would be over here. I'm trying to sell these extra Anachron Bolters, because I've got a 6-star Anachron Bolter, which is I think where I want to keep them right now from a cost perspective basis. Like I might go higher later, but I have to make sure that I don't include the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these guys that I've got on the market right now in my calculations, because that's going to be 8 times 2. That's 160 CP. That is like fake within the my cards calculation of Rebellion. So now suddenly my 146 is already down another 160 plus another 100. So you can see that slide if you're not going to be going and combining them all, how this number can be a little bit misleading. So make sure that you end up making your calculations for that. There we go. So this next one here, it's a little bit late to be doing this, but you also want to make sure that if you have cards that are for rent somewhere, like say you're using S-Plex or something, and you've got some Rebellion cards, and I've already gotten rid of mine, and you've got some Rebellion cards for rent, right? You're going to want, it's almost too late for this, but you're going to want to make sure that you cancel your rentals, or in the case of things like my Anachron Bolter, if you want to stake them, you always have to make sure that they're off of the for sale market as well. So that way you're going to be ready. So to re-summarize your checklist, A, make sure you know what you're doing. B, make sure that you have the vouchers transferred into your actual account so you're not struggling. And based on how things are going here, when I take a look at vouchers, it looks like people are starting to buy them. They're up 11.27% so far. This isn't financial advice. Three, make sure you know what the amount of CP that you're going to want to have is. So again, if you find that your CP amount, you're at 27,000 and you know you need 28,000, buy that last 1,000 CP. Again, not financial advice. Buy that last 1,000 CP so you know you're going to get yourself your guarantees. Then make sure that your cards are combined. Again, you don't want to have uncombined cards taking up extra space like I just did with this Spellspore Beast or the Swellspore Beast. I didn't want to have them taking up 5 battle wagons, right? I only wanted to take up 1 slot on 1 battle wagon. So make sure those guys are combined. And finally, make sure that your things are unstaked. So again, if you needed to get some references, I do suggest that you check out, again, Gathering the Magic's video on how to guarantee your Rebellion airdrop cards. And also, if you wanted to check out my video on, see here, on conflicts, this will go in, this will give you like the full tutorial on what to do. So I hope that this quick video has helped out. If you guys have questions, comments for me, as always, give me those comments. I try and respond to almost every comment that I get right now because I'm still small time. I also want to thank you guys. I finally hit 100 subscribers. I appreciate your support. Make sure you hit like, share, subscribe, whatever you're supposed to do. I appreciate that as well. And until next time, it's I the Psy signing off. I'll see you guys in the conflicts. And if you're playing Diamond, look out. I'm trying to take those champ points from you guys. Yeah. See you soon. Take care.